all this new technology, AI, is becoming a fully industrialized complex. We're being very specifically targeted for the information that's present in our great economy. You're going to have AI to be successful in business in the next 5 to 10 years. And to take advantage of AI, you're going to have to secure an environment.
Today, we are dissecting the new reality of cybersecurity in 2026. As cybercriminals industrialize their operations using AI and automation, the gap between a secure business and a compromised one is shrinking by the hour.
Make sure you know who's managing your data, what are they doing with it, physically where is it in Canada? And if you can wrap your arms around that using the great ecosystem that we have, you're a step ahead of the game, for sure.
Welcome to the Canadian SME Small Business Podcast. Today, we are dissecting the new reality of cybersecurity in 2026. As cybercriminals industrialize their operations using AI and automation, the gap between a secure business and a compromised one is shrinking by the hour. Joining us today is Rafi Wanounou, Regional Vice President for Fortinet Canada. With over 15 years of experience architecting security for global giants and government entities, Rafi is a veteran on the front lines of the cyber defense. He leads Fortinet's engineering efforts in Canada's central region, working daily to help businesses decode and neutralize advanced threats before they cause damage. So let's dive in. Rafi, welcome to the Small Business Podcast. How are you doing today?
Good. Thank you for having me today.
It's a pleasure to have you with us today. Rafi, we are not just seeing more attacks in 2026. We are seeing a fundamental shift in how they are executed. How has the cyber threat landscape changed for Canadian businesses in the past year?
That's a great question. So with the advent of all this new technology, AI, whatnot, it's becoming a fully industrialized complex, okay? And with all the resources and advanced technology in this country, we're being very, very specifically targeted for the information that's present in our great economy. And what we're seeing, is that we're the third most targeted country in the world right now. And what we've seen in the past week or so.
Canada is third?
Third,
Okay.
globally. I mean, it's a testament to the strength and the fortitude of our Canadian businesses on a global scale, but that makes us a huge target.
Right.
We're even seeing AI models that are so advanced last week that they had to be held back from the world because of the fear of what might happen.
Okay.
Right.
So it's clear that we are no longer just fighting human hackers. We are fighting highly efficient automated machines. Now let's explore how AI is, accelerating both cyber threats and different strategies. How are attackers using AI to accelerate cyber threats?
Well, it's a great question. Okay. So, in one sense, it's speeding everything up. So the ability to create fake pages, fake financial services logins, the ability to impersonate your poor aunt who needs money, all of these things that took a lot of time to create and produce into the market now are happening automatically, okay? So that creates a challenge in terms of the Canadian business of how can we respond to that, how fast, right? So 60% of Canadian leaders now say that we've lost the ability to respond to that. We're actually capturing maybe half of what's going on, and the rest, fingers crossed, hoping for the best, right?
Right. And how your organization, helping businesses to tackle these AI attacks?
Well, that's a great question, SK. So we have been using AI for 15 to 20 years. Last year, we stopped over 3 trillion attacks directed at customers. And
3 trillion attacks?
3 trillion attacks, okay?
That's a very big number.
It's a very big number, and you can only do that number with automation. And we continue to invest in automation, and we continue to provide the ability for Canadian businesses to use our tools to automatically compensate for this heightened threat level that we're seeing in Canada.
Right. So in an era of machine speed attacks, our defensive strategy must move from reactive to proactive automated. Now, let's discuss practical cybersecurity strategies for small and medium-sized businesses who can adopt with limited resources. What is one simple cyber hygiene step SMEs can take to reduce risk immediately?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think first thing we have to do is understand that passwords just aren't secure anymore. And we need to enable two-factor authentication on everything that we have. And the second,
Two-factor authentication,
yeah, so
right?
text message,
Google Authenticator,
application, Google Authenticator, perhaps using zero trust networking so we understand who you are, and then make sure that everything's up to date. Okay, so as if you've invested in certain technologies, make sure they're always patched, make sure they're always up to date, make sure that they're always recent. That's going to give you a huge edge as we find ourselves in this new era of AI threats.
Right. When it comes to cybersecurity, like a lot of the small businesses, they take it as an expensive, a lot of investment. Can you can you share your thoughts, like when it comes to cybersecurity, like why it is important for any small and medium businesses?
I think it's going to be more important than ever. So if I parse that question a little bit, right, you're going to have AI to be successful in business in the next 5 to 10 years, whether you're small, medium, large. And to take advantage of AI, you're going to have a secure environment. So it actually is going to become a cost of doing business because if you don't adopt AI to improve your business process, to scale out your customer base, you're not going to be successful as a Canadian business, right? So it's a fixed cost of doing business today.
All right.
Right?
Now let's look at how Canada's cybersecurity ecosystem, contributes to global resilience. Why is Canada an important hub for global cybersecurity research?
Sure. So this great country, we have amassed a huge talent pool across the country, and we, Fortinet, for 25 years, have been running our global threat intelligence out of Burnaby, Calgary, Montreal, Ottawa. We have all these hubs across the country where we're driving all of these next generation security solutions, whether it's AI Protect, AI Enable, all of these pieces are being driven out, and we've building out the core of our AI mission is Canadian. So we love to say that we're a global security company with the heartbeat of a true Canadian. Right.
And Rafi, you have been in the industry for, I think, for more than 15 years, right?
Yes, 20 years.
And 20 years.
20 years.
And you have seen like a lot of trends in the past.
Mhm.
What are one or two trends in the next 2 years the Canadian SMEs should be aware of?
I think there's a couple of really important trends happening. One is this AI is going to come down from the sky for today. A lot of large organizations are taking advantage of it. That's going to get distilled down to the smaller SMB, the ability to consume that and acquire that in an intelligent fashion. And the other piece is that the security level required of an SME today is going to increase by 5x, right? So we have to be much more cognizant of who our customers are, what they're doing it, how they're doing it, why they're doing it. So I think those are going to be huge paradigm shifts for SMEs coming up in the next few years.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing those thoughts. And what are the core services you provide to Canadian SMEs here?
We provide a number of really, really fascinating core services, everything from security solutions to the ability to build out sovereign security solutions. So, for example, we can ensure that whether you're using SASE or next generation security devices or AI protection, that data stays in Canada, remains in Canada, and is secured by Canadians, right? So really closing the loop on that Canadian SME ecosystem.
Now, let's discuss how upcoming cybersecurity events are bringing the tech community together. What value will attendees gain from the upcoming cybersecurity expos?
Great question. So, whether it's going to be Toronto, Montreal, Calgary, you're going to get a couple of really, really nice pieces out of these events. One, you're going to meet thought leaders in Canadian cybersecurity, a chance to interact with them, connect with them, gain relationships with them. The second piece is you're going to gain a view into the window of what's going to happen in the next 24 to 36 months. The future technology, all of those components are going to be on display for you. And that's going to give you an edge in terms of how do I have to secure my business, enable my business, and protect our intellectual property in the short term.
Rafi, seeing the cutting edge solutions in action is the perfect way to turn fear of cyber threats into confidence in cyber resilience. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts on that. What is your top advice for business owners concerned about data security?
Oh, that's a great question. So I think we're blessed in Canada to have a great ecosystem of technology companies. I think make sure you know who's managing your data, what are they doing with it physically, where is it? Is it in Canada? And how is it moving around? I think if you can wrap your arms around that using a great ecosystem that we have, you're a step ahead of the game for sure.
And how your organization help companies in securing big data?
So our organization allows you to really use this Canadian, born cybersecurity, this AI born cybersecurity, so that we will help you make sure that your data is in Canada, it's protected, it's secured, and it's kept away from prying eyes. And we will help you make sure that your employees are who they say they are, and your customers are who they say they are, and we're going to help you protect your intellectual property.
That is a great reminder, Rafi, that resilience is built through consistent, disciplined action, not just a technology. Is there anything else you would like to add before we wrap up?
I think that at the end of the day, who you partner with in the near future is going to be very important. And we're proud to be Canadian. We're proud to be part of the Canadian cyber AI enabled ecosystem. And realistically, that's going to drive the next 5 to 10 years of success for Canadian SMEs in Canada.
And what is the easiest way to get connected with you and with your organization?
Oh, either one of our shows, right? One of our great value-added partners. There's thousands of them across Canada. That's the best way to get connected with us, to get connected with our teams, and to get connected with really the Fortinet ecosystem in Canada.
Okay, thank you so much, Rafi, for sharing your advice, sharing your insights with our listeners. It was a great pleasure hosting you today.
Thank you, SK. So grateful to be here.